Okay, so it is Friday, September 26th. 2014 at 11:13 p.m. And let's see. I told you about how I got a job, a permanent job, but I quit because it just didn't work out. Um, um, yeah, I got a job and it just didn't work out. Just because, alright, well, I guess this is how the week went. I started out, my hair looks like it got cut or something like this. Kind of funny, but it's not. um, anyway, I ended up getting hired, and I started on Monday. I was all excited, and they're like, "Oh, well, we're gonna have you working here." Or they had me sign all the papers and stuff, some of the stuff, and then they were like, "Oh, why don't you take home some of the stuff?" And then anyway, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have you working here today and get started on this, and we're gonna be work on something new like every day, and then get you up to speed in different things so that you are trained for like everything in about a week." I was like, okay, well, a week, that's like 5 days, right? So 5 things to work on. So 5 different things to train on, right? So day one, they had me wrapping and counting. They had me counting envelopes and cards and wrapping and shrink wrapping them. Well, that's something that I'm kind of overqualified for. So, you know, it wouldn't have been that bad, and I would have stayed with it if they didn't make me stand all day. To stand there all day and count and shrink wrap things is just really, really boring. Like, I can't even, yeah, it was just too much. For $13 an hour, I did that. And then I went, and then not on top of that, I had to go back and forth from here to Bellevue, and I had no idea how bad of a commute that was. On a normal day, that's about, I guess without traffic, it's about a 30-minute drive. With traffic, it's an hour and a half to 2 hours. And it's like that every single day. So it's like, you know, I was late on Monday, I was late on Tuesday, and then I was also late on Wednesday. And by Wednesday, my boss was all pissed off at me. And when I handed her the paperwork, she's like, "Yeah, I need to talk to you about something. You've been late every day this week, and that's not cool, and it's not going to work for us. So, I mean, if the commute's a problem, then let us know." And, I was like, honestly, I don't really know, because by the third day, I was just like, my feet and my back were in so much pain. Not only that, but I was trying to avoid going through withdrawals. I was actually in the midst of going through withdrawals from taking, you know, pills. Now that I know what withdrawals are like, I never want to do that again. So, I am weaning myself off of the pain pills. But first, I'm weaning myself off of gabapentin. Um, before I wean myself off the pain pills, I'm going to wean myself off the gabapentin so that when I take myself off, well, I'm not sure. Yeah, it'd be safer to wean myself off the gabapentin first. But I was taking quite a bit to the point where I was taking pills like every fucking 3 hours or something. Or I was constantly doped up. As you probably saw in my earlier things, as you probably saw, I was constantly doped up. Especially with the Ativan. The Ativan just makes me pass the fuck out. And a couple of the videos, I think it was the first or second one, I was passing out while I was talking to you. So that was from being doped up as fuck. I've now weaned myself down. Let's see, I weaned myself this past week down to one pill in a whole day. One Percocet. I've completely eliminated the OxyContin. I don't take that anymore because I feel like it's not a good thing. I will implement it in my daily routine, but I have to cut them in half because they're very strong. They're the 20 milligrams, and I'm going to cut them into 10 milligrams. And then I'm planning on taking no more than 20 milligrams a day for a while. I was taking upwards of like 60 or 70 milligrams. And last week, I think you remember, but I had an episode where I ended up having withdrawals, like physical withdrawals. And it was scary. I woke up out of a, you know, I woke up out of sleep, just jolted awake, and was in a cold sweat. I felt like I was gonna have a seizure, all this stuff, and it was awful. I felt like I had no appetite. I felt sick. Diarrhea, and I just felt terrible. And I felt like that most of this week. I was going through some physical withdrawals as well during my start of the job, but as the week went on, I started to get off of that. By Wednesday, I was okay. Wednesday, I went over 24 hours without a pain pill, and I was okay. And then this past week was awful, basically. I couldn't sleep worth shit. I finally got back on a normal sleeping schedule, or a normal sleep. But that was another reason why I quit my job, because it just caused more stress. it made it worse. It made things worse, you know. I thought I was stressed before and I couldn't sleep. Well, after I got the job, I was like, I kept laying there awake all night long and being like, okay, what am I gonna do? Like, am I gonna be able to deal with this every day? You know, sitting in horrible traffic all day and standing on my feet all day and being, you know, like I just saw the years stretch ahead of me and it just sounded exhausting to me. And I just was like, you know, I was going through the, you know, because I was not so doped up, I was going through the feelings of my friend's death at the same time. And so I could not sleep at night. I got like 2 hours of sleep a night and it was very choppy and broken up, you know, where I was like waking up every like hour. And then I just didn't sleep for the rest of the night. Um, it was, yeah. And I even had a nightmare one of those nights. I had a horrible nightmare about a demon in a house, dark house that I was in, and it was screaming. Anyway, it was it was an awful experience. And then my doctor refilled my Ativan and my Percocet, or my Ativan the day before that. The day before yesterday. Okay, so she refilled the Ativan on Wednesday night. That was the night that I quit my job, or the day that I quit. She refilled it during the day. Yeah, that's right. Um, and then the next day after that, and so I slept pretty decently. Slept about 7 hours, which was a lot compared to lately. You know, I had took one Percocet that night, which was all I had all day. I went the whole day without a pain pill. And then, that day, which was my last day working there, the previous day, I told my boss, my former boss now, that I had a doctor's appointment and that I needed to take the second half of the day off because I did not know whether or not I would get more pain pills or Ativan or what. But I was not sure whether I would go through withdrawals, and if I was going to go through withdrawals, I would rather do it at home. And also, I wanted to be available to pick up my prescriptions and stuff for in case they called me and said, "Oh, it's ready for pickup," and I like needed them, you know. So that, so yeah, she was not very happy about that either. She wasn't very flexible about it, and that was another reason why I was like, okay, this isn't gonna work because I have doctor's appointments. You know, sometimes I get sick, and my employers have to be understanding about that. Not only that, but I was out 12 hours a day. There was no way in hell that I was going to be able to. Um, there was no way in hell that I was going to be able to. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh man. Oh. There was no way in hell that I was going to be able to do anything outside of work. You know, I had no life. Monday through Friday, being out from 7:30 to 8, between 7:30 and 8 to 7 at night. That doesn't leave any time to do anything outside of work. You know, and yes, I do go to the doctor like every month or so. So it's like, I can't do that. It's impossible for me. But please send me a message. Omar's been. Oh, he didn't answer. Well, he asked me what He's like, what would you be thinking? Context, if I got pregnant, and I was like, I would be thinking, how the hell am I gonna take care of a baby right now? LOL. I don't know. I was just like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that right now. I'd be happy but scared. But kind of scared. At the same time. Anyway, all right. Yeah, so that wasn't gonna work. Plus, on top of it, I had an interview today. Actually, technically two interviews because I had one at Papa John's as well for a delivery driver position, and he said that he wants to hire me for weekends. So if I get hired at a full-time job, maybe I could work the weekends too. But that would be exhausting. I don't know if I want to do that. If I get hired somewhere else, I don't know. I will think about it. Um, if I could get like $500 a week in that job, that would be nice. I doubt it though. Maybe with tips, but I have no idea. Anyway, so I had to quit that job, and that was kind of sad. It was at a place called Lux Cards, and it was a card, like invitations and stuff. And I was really, I was honest when I said I was hoping not to quit for a while, but for a long time. I was hoping to stay there for a long time, but then I got a load of the work and the commute and everything, and I was just like, yeah, I better not, or I'd better, figure something else out because this isn't going to work. I'm going to be busting my ass, all day long, 12 hours out of the day, and I was coming home and I couldn't even go to the grocery store after work or anything. I couldn't walk because my feet hurt so bad. It was just like one more step, and I was like, oh God, somebody please kill me. It's like, oh, like my feet would be throbbing all night long until the next day, till like well, anyway. So I ended up, yeah, quitting, and then today I had an interview at a learning at Alderwood Vision Therapy, which is like a learning disability vision place. And so I did that, and that's like 10 minutes from where I live. So it would be a great job for me to have if I got hired. And then I went and applied at Round Table Pizza, and then also Papa John's, and then I had an interview with John, the guy at Papa John's. So yeah, that was my day today, pretty much. And then I applied for like 5 or 6 jobs online. Last night was the first night in a very long time that I actually got a decent amount of sleep. Actually, no, Wednesday night was pretty good too because that was the night that I quit, right? Yeah, Wednesday and Thursday were pretty good for sleep. Last night was really good for sleep. Well, actually, no, they were both very comparable. Yeah, because Wednesday I slept in my bed on Wednesday. Last night I slept on the couch, I believe, all night. And I don't know, yeah, I slept from about 3 a.m. to noon. About 9 hours, or actually on Wednesday night I slept 10, just straight through pretty much. I think I woke up once through the whole night and I went straight back to sleep. Last night I slept on the couch all night and I was fine. I slept for 9 hours straight without waking up pretty much. So, okay. So yeah, that was pretty much my day. I mean, yeah, I guess I could go through my text messages. I'm supposed to go for about half an hour, and it's been 21 minutes now. So I'll go through my text messages and stuff until let's see if I have any voicemails first from today. No, not, nope, no voicemails. Text messages. Nope. Um, except for okay, so the first personal, because I got a bunch of like automated ones from my bank and all this shit. Um, Emily to Emily. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. My sister just got the news. She went to her OBGYN appointment and she's having a boy. So I'm going to be an auntie. So that's happy. Like that's good. That's progressive. And, like, yes, I was really, really, I was really sad over the loss of Danita. And I still am. But my feelings got the best of me over the past week. And then I had a conversation with Mark, who was a mutual friend. I guess things move on eventually. Everything changes. Nobody lives forever. Just everybody has different lifespans. You know, and the way that Corinne told me to move on was not very nice. I'm sorry, but she just told it to me in a way that was really mean. That just made me more depressed. Well, that wasn't a friend thing to say. She was just like, oh yeah, your friend died, but you gotta keep moving because blah blah. You gotta keep moving. You can't be a drama queen about it. That's not something you should tell somebody. That's not something a friend would say. Um, by the way, I'm never speaking to either her or Steven again. I don't plan on it unless Steven actually reaches out to me and says, oh, well, and says, you know, but that's just fucked up. Why would you do that to somebody? I reached out to him last week when I was I could not sleep for shit. I tried to call him and he didn't even answer the phone. He didn't even text me and say, hey, what's up? Nothing. I left him a voicemail and everything. I was crying on it. I said, I'm just like really going through a lot right now. I just wanted to talk for a little while. And I thought you would be up, but I guess you're busy or something, or you might be sleeping, so I'll talk to you later. And he never ever responded. He didn't even text me the next day. Nothing. I haven't heard from him since then. And I think I called him about 5 days ago, so I went ahead and deleted Um, I deleted everybody that he knew on there except his mom, because his mom did actually reach out to me and, you know, make herself available to me. That's the only person. I just don't, I can't even see Steven and I being friends anymore. Not after the way that he treated me. Not after that. You're gonna sit there and completely ignore my phone call when I'm like that upset and depressed. You can't even pick up your fucking phone. That's just cool, you know? So I'm done. Anyway, back to Emily's texts. So I texted Emily and I said at 7:40 p.m. I said, "Saw on Facebook you're having a boy. Congrats. I'm excited to be an aunt." Smiley face. And 7:42 she said, "Yes, it's a boy. I tried to call you when I got out of the appointment." Yeah, right. But it went to voicemail. "You're going to be an amazing aunt, Auntie Gracie Poo." At 7:48. 3. And then I said at 7:44, I said, weird. I just made up some weird excuse. I was like, weird. My network is a POS, so that's probably why it didn't go through, but I'm glad I saw it on Facebook. 7:45, I said, thanks, Em. Smiley face. You're going to be an awesome mommy, too. I know you will. She didn't answer. Okay, and then with Casey, yeah, Casey came over yesterday and we hung out because I just was sick and tired of being at my apartment by myself. He didn't stay the night though. I made him leave. Or I took him back to the bus stop at like 10. But he really likes me a lot. I don't know. He gets on my nerves though. Like, I don't know. I don't really want to wait. I don't really want to have a failed relationship again. He gets on my nerves, but he's also very nice. He's also a very sweet person, and he really does a lot for me. Like, when he came over, he bought my fucking toilet paper and my body wash. I didn't even have to pay for it. And then he bought me dinner. He bought me pizza for dinner for like $30. And I still have some left over in the fridge. And cookie dough and some weird pizza marshmallow chocolate chip thing that we never ate. That's sitting on my counter right now that I've got to throw away. And then he also bought me a necklace and two diamond, like a necklace and earrings, sharp heart. They're all heart shaped, which is nice, but it's just like he claims that they're diamond. I don't have a clue whether or not they are, but he says they are. Okay, well, anyway. So let's see, at 12:21 a.m. I said, that's good. Oh, and then he texted me at 6:38 p.m. today. He's like, how did it go? 6:47 p.m. I said, pretty good, I think. I also applied at Papa John's and Round Table, and they're both hiring. Papa John's said they would get back to me next week. They want to hire me for the weekends at least. It's at least something. And then Casey 6:47 p.m. said, yeah, it is. 7:51 p.m. I asked, so are you going to Val and James's tomorrow? 7:52 p.m. I said, I plan on going, I think, but I can only stay until like 3 or 4. My dad wants me to come up to Lummi Island. And then he replied, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I got to work tomorrow. And then I said, oh, okay. And then 7:53 p.m. I said, well, dang, that sucks. That kind of sucks. Frowny face. And then he said, yeah, it does. I was looking forward to coming out. 7:55 p.m. I said, yeah, I was looking forward to coming out. Oh well, maybe we can reschedule for next week, and it'd work better for me anyway. And 7:58 p.m. he said, guess what? And then 8 p.m. I said, what? And then he said, you're awesome. And then 8:01 p.m. I said, oh, thanks, smiley face, you're awesome too. And then 8:05 p.m. he said, tongue face. Okay, it's been a half an hour. So yeah, and then Omar just messaged me about what I would do if I'd have a baby, and I said I'd be happy. Yeah, I already told you that, and then he didn't answer, so then I was like, I'd be happy but scared at the same time. And then he just answered, yeah, it's a happy moment in life. I don't know what I'm gonna say to that, but anyway, I'm gonna go. So this has been Grace King. Thank you for listening. I'm just kidding. All right. Talk to you not tomorrow because tomorrow I'm going to be gone, but I'll talk to you on Sunday probably, unless I decide to stay unless I decide to leave. He just said, trust me, you should be able to enjoy it. Yeah, how am I going to enjoy having a baby? Anyway, talk to you later. Bye bye.